It's a very beautiful Saturday morning, and this means it's a special Saturday morning as well. Aside the fact that it's all sports, it's also Easter weekend. So we say a huge congratulations to everyone for seeing this particular Easter, and we hope that the blessings that comes with such season will be with us. Welcome. This is HotSports. My name is Babajide Guerrero, and the boys are in the studios as usual, making a return to this show. You know, last week, the thing about HotSports is that our own analysts are not just football analysts alone. They're also chasing their academics careers and doing quite well. Last week, it was Israel Bankolis that we were saying congratulations to him for his convocation. This week, I also give you a new graduate. Of course, this is Temidaya Yegbusi. Congratulations once again on your convocation from the University of Lagos. On your, of course, that's your second degree, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
right.
that's MSc in what now?
Masters in Public and International Affairs.
Oh, nice. Congratulations, oh my God. So, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
Good morning, Babajide, and good morning to the viewers as well.
Absolutely. Ekene is making a return to the show. Ekene, how are you?
It's very good to be back on the show. Good morning to the viewers, and I'm very happy to be here.
Absolutely.
So many things to talk about.
Yeah, so much to talk about, and of course we are also absolutely joyous, to have you here. Let's go for a quick break, and when we return, it's time to talk about everything football and sports.
Alex Iwobi speaks on his career experience under two prominent managers at the Emirates. Here are his views on the admirable professor of football, Arsene Wenger, who was Arsenal's manager for 22 years.
Arsene Wenger, for me, the best way to describe him is patient. He gives everyone opportunities, especially young players like myself. So I was able to grow and learn a lot from his training sessions and be the player I am today. And I'd like to thank him for giving me the opportunity to play first-team football for Arsenal.
Also, he speaks on life under new manager, Unai Emery.
The present coach is very demanding, and he's asked a lot of the players to work and to always put in intensity, not just in matches but also in training, and you can see that it's working and we're enjoying playing under him. So both managers are very good. They each bring their own individual attributes, and we're buying into Unai Emery's one right now, and yeah, we're enjoying his time here.
You're welcome to Sports HotSports, where we open up a basin of football conversation and sports conversation. Well, the Under-17 African Nations Cup, we are glad that the Golden Eagles qualified for the Under-17 World Cup after defeating the Under-17 team from Angola, and of course to guarantee a spot at the semi-finals of the tournament. The particular game against Uganda, it takes place today. Our hopes and of course thoughts are with the Under-17 team. But then again, Timida, have you been following this particular sec to see just how well they've done? Have you been impressed so far with the quality of football?
Yeah, of course. They've actually done well, especially offensively. You know, we've always been having these very great eaglets under 17 team. If you could still remember in the world, we still have the highest number of trophies at the under 17 level.
Absolutely.
So going by what they've done presently, scoring 6 goals in 2 games, I'm not actually surprised because we are used to creating talents from Nigeria.
All right, so of course our thoughts and of course our wishes are with the Under-17 team, the Golden Eagles. Let's talk about the UEFA Champions League now. Again, is it right to call Ajax the giant killers?
Ajax, they are not just the giant killer.
Okay.
They are also giants. They've won the Champions League 5 times, and that is no mean feat. So although they've not won it for a very long time, they have a very young, talented squad. So they've been going about slaying the giants.
Absolutely.
They just kicked over the old ladies. After what they did to Madrid, I think they deserve, all the accolades that they are getting.
Okay, so from this point, Ekene, do you feel that Ajax have what it takes to not only get to the final, but eventually win the trophy? Because at this stage, quarterfinals, going to semi-finals, anything is possible.
I'm actually rooting for Ajax. I think, we need a very good team to win it, at least for a change.
Okay.
They beat Real Madrid, the defending champions, and they beat Juventus, the finalists. So I think they've gone a long way to prove their pedigree, that they can win it, and they have the pedigree because they are former champions. So I think Ajax, they can do it.
Okay, so Timida, let's talk about Man United. and of course United and Barcelona. It wasn't a good night for Man United fans, especially for David De Gea. What a night that he chose to show his very, very jelly fingers.
Absolutely, it was a very good game of football for the Catalan Giants, defeating Manchester United by 3-0, making it 4-0 on aggregate. And going by the caliber of players that Barcelona, so you should, at least they are the bookmakers' favourites to defeat the Red Devils. But coming from the second goal of Lionel Messi against a world-class goalkeeper like David De Gea, that's a complete howler. Just like David De Gea doing a carriers on a very important night. And I don't know why it happens to De Gea. He did something similar to at the World Cup. The Cristiano Ronaldo's second goal against Spain. That was the same way he allowed the ball to slip his hand. So he needs to watch all these things. He needs to watch if he needs to be considered as the best goalkeeper that is hoping to be, or that he already is. He needs to watch all those howlers, especially when it matters the most.
Exactly. I think that was going to go there. But eventually now we know for a fact that Ajax are qualified into the next round. I've qualified into the next round, and as well as Barcelona. All right, so moving on, we would also look at some happenings in the world of golf. Finally, the Tiger is out of the woods. No doubt, Ekene, this has to be one of the most inspiring sports stories that can ever happen. In terms of quality, in terms of the person, in terms of the problems and challenges. Personally, or rather, from a sportsman angle, how do you feel for Tiger Woods?
I feel so happy. You know, Tiger Woods' downfall was very, very, sad to see, because he's the best, in the game of golf. So I watched that, game, and to see him happy on top of the game again is very good. In fact, Tiger Woods is golf. You understand? He brings, he made golf what golf is. So many people began watching golf because of Tiger Woods. So his downfall was very painful to watch, but I'm glad that he's back to his best, and is a very good thing. It's a remarkable comeback. I think it should be the greatest comebacks of all time. Maybe Joe Frazier, I don't know, but Tiger Woods should be up there.
Well, for all it's worth, I'm actually very happy for Tiger Woods. I think he deserves it. First win in 11 years, abandoned by most of his sponsors, aside from Major Nike, and as well as everything around him just crumbling like dominoes. Of course, he also underwent a spinal fusion treatment 2 years ago. Everybody had written off and written down Tiger Woods, but what a way, a tiger in him roaring loud, right there in Augusta. So yes, make merry, enjoy, and above all, revel and bask in this Tiger, because you truly deserve this. So in the world of boxing now, we'll talk about this big fight that's supposed to come up. Jarrell Big Baby Miller was designed to fight Anthony Joshua, but coming in the past couple of days, we hear that this fight may even not hold, which was supposed to be on June 1st. This is because Jarrell Big Baby Miller is currently having issues with a failed drug test. What do you make of this, Timidayo?
As a whole, failing drug test is never good for both the sport person and the profession itself. So as it is now, probably the fight could be called off, because it will not be fair. It will not be fair for our own Anthony Joshua to play with someone that has already failed the drug test. So it's not something. It's not something good.
If I were to be in his shoes as well, I would have failed a drug test too, because he was probably afraid of Joshua. That's why he's doping, so that he could have the strength to fight. Everybody is afraid of Anthony Joshua. He's the man to beat in boxing. So, I don't blame him for trying to help himself.
Again, he's a very, very funny human being. But the truth is, we are not supporting doping here in any way. We're not supporting failing a drug test. But what we're saying is that from the funny angle is that maybe, just maybe, the man was looking for a way out. But as it is, it's a very serious case. The case of doping, we've seen people lose boxing licenses for it. And we are yet to confirm what the degree of measure would be against Jared Big Baby Miller. But one thing we assure us is that this particular fight may not see the light of of day. Well, do you believe in curses? Do you believe in jinx? Do you believe something is superstitious? Or do you believe it's just coincidence? But that's the story of Canadian-born superstar Drake. He's a world star. Everybody, most people knows Drake anyways, but football teams are currently taking a stand against their football players, taking photographs and posting on social media with this man. And this is because there's a Drake effect or a Drake after effect. It's quite interesting. To me, do you believe in that as a Drake curse?
Oh, there is no Drake curse anywhere. These are just superstition. It's just superstition. Fine. It's just coincidence, like you've actually said.
Yeah.
I haven't taken
But
pictures.
can it be coincidence every time?
I haven't taken pictures with the likes of Pogba and you know, coincidence could happen anytime. If you could remember Ramsey at the point when he wasn't scoring much, anytime he scores,
somebody died.
They say celebrity, someone must die. Even if the person does not die that day, they will still link that day to Aaron Ramsey. But when he started scoring often, now remember he's the highest ever goal scoring midfielder in national history. Now he scores for fun at least for a midfield. For a midfielder, now nobody talks about anybody dying again. So it's just superstition. This is you should go and snap a picture with someone like Lionel Messi and see if the curse will work.
Okay. So, do you believe in curses, in football curses?
When Barcelona eventually loses in the semi-final, they will also bring out a picture of it. I'm sure they must have snapped a picture. But one thing about footballers is that they believe so much in superstition, and that's why some of them, they have some kind of ritual that they do before they go into matches. They have their favorite stockings.
Absolutely.
They have so many their favorite boots and bandages and what they say or how they pray or how they sleep. So that's footballers for you. But
absolutely.
As far as Drake curse is concerned, I think, like he said, it's just coincidence. But footballers, they don't take things for granted.
Absolutely. Well, AS Roma, amongst some other football teams, have banned all their players from taking pictures with Drake. In fact, when you see Drake coming like this, you have to go this way. Just Drake and you have to go, separate ways. But that's the lot we can take on Sports HotSports.
I think I've had some time to think about it already because we've been qualified a couple of months ago after the South Africa match. So it's a big thing, definitely. Especially following the World Cup last year, having a big tournament for Nigeria and the year consecutive is a very great thing, especially if you consider the fact that we've not been going for the past 2 tournaments. So it's a big thing. I think expectations are very high. But for now, I'm just happy and grateful for another big opportunity to face a big tournament with Nigeria. I don't want to sound arrogant, but I don't see it as a challenge really. I think I was invited at one point because Stephen Keshi back then, he saw quality in me and he believed in me. And what I'm just trying to do is my best, give it my all always. And I bring maybe some kind of German mentality in here. I know some of the lads, sometimes they think I'm too strict and too vocal, but that's just me in the game. It's never personal. It's just how I was raised in football. And as I said, it's about the team, about the collective. And the better we do as a collective, the better I can be. It's never about my own performance in particular. Of course, I need to put in work and do my best and give it my all, but I can't win a game alone, and Igalo can't win a game alone. Alex Iwobi cannot win a game alone. It's all about the collective always, and I think I've been very blessed and happy to play in a generation of the Super Egos where we always had great unity, and yeah, that's what I profit from after. Of course I bring my own qualities, but yeah, I'm happy that the team believes in me, that fans believed in me over all those years, and I hope I can put some more smiles on their faces.
And what we're asking this morning is, like Keshi, like Rohr, will the Super Eagles end up winning the Nations Cup again with an inexperienced team? We'll find out what these gentlemen think about this topic right after this break. But remember, you can be part of these conversations by dropping your comments on our YouTube channel, that's at HotSports NG, as well as other social media platforms right on your screen. And the number is on your screen as well to send us a text message. We'll be right back. You do not want to miss this argument. And we are back, and gentlemen, I just want to go right into it. Are ready for their Thursday statement? Let me start with Ekene Blessed. Ekene?
Yeah. Talking about the African Nations Cup, I don't think the Super Eagles can win the African Nations Cup. First of all, I know we won it in 2013, and like I've said in this show, I think that was a fluke, you know, because that was the worst team that we had that won the Nations Cup, you know. But this time around, in as much as maybe they seem like a better team, but they can't win it because they lack experience, they lack leaders, there are no leaders in the team.
I believe this team has all it takes to go to the Nations Cup and bring the trophy home.
All right, well said. Okay, let's go for a break, and when we return, we see just who convinces you this morning. Remember, the topic is like Keshi, like Rohr. Will the Super Eagles end up winning the Nations Cup again with an inexperienced squad? Find out who right after this. And we are back. So, gentlemen, let's just go right into it. So, Ekene, the floor is yours, and then so you can take your chance at Timidayo.
The problem with Nigerians is that we expect so much from our team. Why should you expect this team to win the Nations Cup? They lack experience, they lack leaders. We saw them in the qualifier, lack of cohesion. So, I don't think, are they going to beat Senegal? Can they beat Egypt if they meet them in the final at home, you know, in Cairo? It's not possible. This team cannot, you know, they can't do that. You know.
Sorry, which of the team are you talking about?
I'm talking about the current Super Eagles team. As in, do they have leaders? Can you mention one player there that you feel is a leader?
What of Ahmed Musa?
Ahmed Musa,
yes.
That is in Saudi Arabia.
It's not a function of the club you play for.
No, it is.
It's the leadership.
It is. We're talking about you're going to come up against players that are playing in Europe, that are playing in the Champions League.
In Europe. By 2006 to 2010,
yes,
Egyptians dominated the African football, winning the Nations Cup on 3 consecutive occasions. How many of the players are playing in Europe?
And you think we can beat them in their home and win it?
We can do it.
How
Egypt
now?
Could do it.
You just mentioned why they should win it.
Over 90% of the Egyptian team were playing in Africa. They weren't playing
but 90% of ours, they're not playing in Africa.
No, it's not.
They're playing in several places in Europe, some of them in mediocre clubs.
No, you are making
people that cannot even make their first team. We're talking about Ihan Nacho that cannot start a game in Leicester City. So, as in, what are you talking about?
No, you just make a reference like most of our players are not playing in top clubs in Europe. Yes. And I give you an example of an Egyptian team that won the Nations Cup on 3 consecutive occasions, back to back, without even playing in Europe. It's not a function of where, it's a function of determination and the talents in you.
So when you look at this team, do you feel that they are determined? As in, you look at
very, very determined.
Who is determined?
Because when you even made mention of, you saw them at the qualifiers. Is it not the same Nations Cup qualifier that we qualified even with the game to go? We've already qualified.
That's what you call determination, because this team are better, but they were determined, and they had a coach who was determined. That's the big boss, Keshi.
Now, who says Rohr is not determined?
If this team were determined, they would have gotten to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. You know, they had a very easy group.
We could improve.
They had a very easy group, and they felt.
Gentlemen,
how did you define an easy group? A group that has the finalist in Croatia, that has one of the best players that's ever played the game in Argentina. In Argentina,
we are playing against Argentina as a team, not Lionel Messi. You know,
the Argentine national team has won the World Cup twice on 2 different occasions. This is a Nigerian team that's never been to the quarterfinal, and you are calling that group an easy group. How do you define
this team? You can't use this team to compare to any of our teams that have won the Nations Cup before. Even the 2013 team, in as much as the last time I was on this show, the last time I was on this show, I said that
if you remember 2013 team, if you could still remember, the very first 2 games was draw. We played the very first game against Burkina Faso. It was 1-1. The second game too.
The thing that the 2013 team has that this team lack is determination. Leaders. They had the Nyama who was, you know, cheering them, who was pushing them. They had Stephen Keshi. Rohr is not determined.
How do you define determination? What is your definition of determination?
On the touchline. When you watch Keshi, you cannot play rubbish if you're playing for Keshi now.
But you can play rubbish. We can easily qualify for the World Cup. Having missed out on the 2 previous occasions before Geneva came.
Because we were in an easy group. We only had to beat South Africa. We even drew South Africa away, and we are talking for ourselves.
Gentlemen, just before we go into, I like where the direction is going to, but let's give this a focus, all right? So how significant, let me start with you, Timida, is experience in any tournament? Because we've seen teams that are relatively not so experienced have gone quite well at tournaments.
Experience is significant.
Yes, please.
But it's not the most significant.
Okay.
The most important thing is determination. It's a function of, okay, for example, probably
can you react to this?
For example, if I'm a professional footballer, maybe I'm going to an opportunity to play in the Camp Nou for the very first time. You know, it's expected that I get nervous.
But at the same time, wait. Calm down. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
They lack both experience and determination. That is the problem.
There are two ways. You place a player there. Someone will get there. Another person might get there and get nervous. Another person will be like, wow. With these thousands of people, let me showcase the kind of skills I have.
They lack
It's a function of what you have in you
and
what
determination. They lack it. They don't have experience.
For example, we look at the Croatian team that shocked the world in the 1998. They were going there for the very first time.
Absolutely.
They got to the semi-final. Senegalese team went to the World Cup for the very first time in 2002. In fact, the very first team they defeated was the number one team in the world. They were just coming from winning the European Championship in 2000.
Non-experienced teams that got to quarterfinals.
The Zambian team that got to the 1994 World Cup. How experienced were they? Look, where they just lost their.
How many inexperienced teams has won the World Cup before? How many inexperienced country has won the World Cup?
France, 98. France, yes.
In fact, France, they were inexperienced.
They were inexperienced.
Wow, what a huge back and forth we have between these gentlemen. But that's what you get on HotSports. That's why it is Hot Sports. So, guys, what are your conclusions? Let me start with, what is your conclusion, Ekene?
Well, I think we shouldn't expect much from this team.
We should manage our expectations.
We should just manage our expectation. I think they can get to the semi-final, you know, but at best. But just take peradventure, we meet Senegal in the semi-final, or we meet, you know, we can't handle that. As in, this team, they lack that experience. They lack players that have pedigree. You know, I know we have Musa and we have some young players, but that's just what we have.
Okay. All right, Temidaya Ebusi?
Well, with all, just like I've said, I don't see any reason why our team cannot go far and win the tournament. Winning the Nations Cup 3 different occasions is by no means a fluke. The history is on our side. So I see no reason why we can't even do it again. I've made reference to so many teams that were either inexperienced or young, and they still look at the present Ajax team. See what they are doing in Europe. This is a team that even their captain, the light has scored the winner against Madrid, is just 19 years of age. Their goalkeeper, the Cameroonian, is 22. So it's not a function of how well you've been playing, but how determined you are and how well you're able to express your talent. You can't say Super Eagles are not talented. In as much as we have the talent and a great manager in Genetra, why can't we win the tournament? Okay, so yes, that's where Temita would like to leave it, but that's not where we'll leave it. We'll leave it with you at the port of Final Whistle, which comes up right after this break.
I believe that we have chances to go to the last four. To say that we will win it, it's not our philosophy. We are humble. We have a young team. It's true that we have a little more experience since the World Cup, but two of our greatest players did not come since the World Cup, and we have even younger team now. We already had the youngest one in the world, so now we are again the youngest in Africa. But since the World Cup, there is a very good series of results, because in 9 games we didn't lose any, and we even make a draw in South Africa, which was a winner because we scored 2 goals more, who has not been accorded by the referee, but was an offside. Everybody saw it. So we are really in a good series of results. But we have to improve. We have also to work hard to be better in some departments in the team. But we are optimistic for the next AFCON.
And so we are back to the port of Final Whistle. Now, this is what I think. I think Ekene has really done a good job trying to explain that leadership and experience is absolutely important, as well as Timidayo Adiebusi, who feels that, hey, about the experience, this team has to be determined, and of course they have to have the true quality, which they rightfully have. But this is what I want to do. I do not want to have any form of thought on this, but I will like to say that I'm a true Nigerian, and of course I want the national team to do well at the Nations Cup. But what I want to do now is to open the floodgate of of conversations to you. Yes, you out there, our viewers. So please bring out your phones and text us and let us know what exactly you think about this matter. And as well, go to our social media platforms and as well as our YouTube page at HotSports NG. Do well to drop your comments, and I will be taking your comments next week Saturday when I come on the show. It's been a tremendous time on the show today. We want to thank you very much. But as we leave, we want to say a very huge thank you. So thank you very much, Ekene Blessed, for coming on the show today.
I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely.
It's always good to talk sports at HotSports.
Definitely, I like that rhymes right there. Timida, you say thank you so much for coming.
Oh, you're welcome, and thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely, we'll extend the invitation very, very soon. Do well to enjoy the very best of Easter and all its blessings. But we'll see you next week Saturday. My name is Babajide Guerrero. Thank you for watching.